Man, you come straight out of a comic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Straight Out of a Comic Book. I am your host, the anomaly Will Pharaoh, and of course, I got the crew with me today, Young Deuces, Quentin Von Doom. It is so weird saying your full name, and of course, Dion, because I just call him Clint. I feel like I say Clinton, and I feel like you're in trouble.
Hey man, just be like that.
Yeah, it do. That's like PTSD that. Right there. When the whole name get called,
be like that.
I'm in trouble. But you know who else is in trouble? Everybody. Yes. Everybody.
World.
Because Doom is here.
You know what's funny? I tweeted out. I said it's crazy that we're all excited to lose. Like we're so excited to watch our team lose. Like we are amped up knowing that we're about to lose this fight.
I've never been more excited to watch my favorite people get their ass whooped.
I think it's more so we're now anticipating how are we going to lose, right? Like I think that when we saw Infinity War, it was like, oh, we actually did lose. We didn't think we were going to lose. We thought we were going to win, and maybe he would come back and try to beat us again, and we would win again. We thought we were going to be 2-0 against Thanos. No, you know. So right now it's kind of like we know we're going to lose. It's just like how are we going to lose? And I think it's not really much. Also on top of how we're going to lose, I think the biggest piece is going to be who's dying. Mm-hmm. Who's dying,
and just the ramifications after this too. Like, what does the MCU? What does that world look like after this and Secret Wars? And then just, man, I'm not looking forward to it. Some bad times, some good times, yet bad times. You know what I mean?
Hey man, it's going to be good bad times. I was watching that trailer and I was like, "Ooh, you go die." You definitely not making it. But so what we're doing in this episode is, we're talking about Avengers Doomsday. We have a jam-packed episode for you. So we're doing two things, though. We're going to check out the Doomsday trailer itself. For the full episode, if you're watching this, you can go watch this separately, just because, of course, of copyright issues. So this is going to be our initial first reaction. Then we're going to get into our full trailer reactions and some more that all circle around Doomsday. But for right now, we're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to get into it.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Is that slave ship in the back?
Maybe.
It has sails.
Yeah. It might be Latveria.
Many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together. And they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. And presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. Mark my words. We're going to
that shit out my way.
Hey, pal. It's not possible.
Oh,
First of
my
all, before we get started with talking about this trailer, I just want God, Deuces, you're my witness. Dion, if you heard him say this, Will said he wasn't going to watch the trailer. Will said that he was going to go into this movie raw and naked.
Oh, really?
He said that. He said
Yeah.
that. I just want to. He said that. He said it.
I was going there pure. Nigga, I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm like Thor. I was wrong. No, my bad. I was like Loki. I was wrong. I couldn't hold the no more.
Dude,
that's trouble if I didn't watch this.
Yeah.
It was impossible to miss this, man. Like, this is from the teasers before, and now they were like, "Hey, here's a full, plate." There was no, you couldn't run. You couldn't run from this, man.
I was like, I'm not gonna watch them. I know what's in them. I don't want to see it. I don't care. Then they was like, man, we dropping a full trailer, and I was like, but they're not gonna show Doom like that. They'll show like this first part that you see of him when he's like kneeled down talking, and we finally like hear his voice. I was like, I feel like we'll get like that much, and then maybe one more shot. Like, I didn't know they was finna just hit us with the you just stopped Stormbreaker with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all gonna die. Y'all not making it.
Bro, they said Thor was out here talking about Doom like King Von, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, bro.
Listen. Dr. Doom, I wasn't familiar with the comics. I am now. Dr. Doom has often been regarded as the greatest Marvel villain of all time. Marvel would be doing a disservice if they didn't make this man. I don't even think they should beat him in Secret Wars. I think he should just. What do you do with this guy? What do you do with this? Like, you see the 2 things you got to do. You got to go back to infinite universes and choke his mother out. So it will choke the mom and the dad out, whoever's about to have sex. Yeah.
That's horrible. That's horrible. It's Doom. Come on, man. It's Doom.
It's either that or and this is a hot take, but I believe we're gonna see him. Kang is going to be in this movie. I'm putting my chips on that. What's the betting odds? Like 100 to 1?
Hey, no, can I say this clear? Can I say this? I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the part where we see Kang when he's kneeling. I don't think this is anything else besides that. I think right here, I think this is him fighting Kang in Latveria, or some version, or in the void somewhere. I think this right here, because it's like, yo, you're going to have to make an unthinkable decision, and it's like there's no one on this whole trailer where we feel like that's a decision that needs to be made outside of Charles and Magneto.
Right.
This might be where we see Kang.
I think we see him.
And you know what? I can see that also for, right? You got to think for those who are not as in depth as we are with like the behind the scenes and everything like that. There's still some people probably just like, all right, so what's up with Kang, right? What's up with, like, we know about Jonathan Major, but like that Kang storyline wasn't finished. Some people didn't watch the show, so they didn't, hear that was moments or them just saying like, oh, we handled that off Earth. So a way that you kind of like remember when Thanos first came in and he socked out the Incredible Hulk, that kind of established like, whoa, this guy is on a different level, right? So if they was already setting up Kang as the big bad, and then now they're trying to introduce Doom, who seemingly didn't have that much of a setup, and then you have him within the first 5 minutes of the movie not only wipe out Kang, but also throw Stormbreaker to the side. Because I do believe that fight against Thor happens early on too.
Yeah. I do too. So I agree. 100%.
Yeah. So you have those 2 moments. You're like, wait a minute, who the fuck is Doom? Because like you said, you can't do like in the comic, you can't have him rip out Thanos' spine. So it's like you got to have some power scaling things to establish it. I can see it.
I need to see the log line of this movie to understand maybe what the plot is, because we still don't essentially know what the plot is. Like what we don't know why Doom is doing what he's doing. We just know he's here. We don't know his motivation. Like, don't forget too, right? Like, as we got the, me and Will argued about this for a minute on the video game a couple days ago. Or no, we was on the phone. We was arguing about this because I was like, yo, this is called Doomsday. They have to establish what he is doing and why he's here. You know what I'm saying? What is his purpose? And also, don't forget, niggas started to agree with Thanos. I agree with Thanos now. Get rid of these niggas. So I'm saying is, what do we know what Doom's purpose is?
Well, just circle back to the Kang thing. If he comes out and just takes out the Council of Kangs, that's enough to establish him as being like the be all end all of this universe.
Yes, it is.
Like, because hell, like, let's be honest, like, one of the Kangs got beat by Ant-Man. We don't want to talk about it, but it happened. So if he walks through the entirety of that, like, let's say he just comes into that arena where all of them were, and he just destroys that arena that they're in, you're like, oh crap, everything that we just did in this other timeline with Kang, whatever Loki's up to now, like whatever that is, it's just been disrupted.
Yeah.
And the thing about like, why is he there? I can only think of like the incursions are happening. And if you know, like the storyline for that, like he was the one who, you know, like, hey, I see this happening. I'm going to do what needs to be done in order to, I don't know, make another world. Make another world.
Yeah, but I think that's what you see though in this, which is why I don't think you have so much Doom's story being told. I think it is these moments in time, because it's like, if you got to think about it, incursions are a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've heard them, we've vaguely saw the ramification of one in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but we haven't seen like what this could do.
You say business?
Yeah,
this is okay.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my thing too. On top of that, the only reason why I've been championing for, like, we've got to know a little bit about Dr. Doom's story or who he is because the Russo brothers made a great point. They said during like press interviews and stuff like that was like, first of all, like there's a reason they're re-releasing Endgame, right? Mm-hmm. There's a reason why Robert Downey Jr. is the only one who can play Dr. Doom. But then the last piece to this is we have to, you have to, hold on, I'm sorry. Dr. Doom, they said that if you haven't watched any of the shows or anything or whatever, you would be able to watch this movie and enjoy it. So the thing is that if that is the case, then you're talking to you, me, Deuce, Dion, we're all like ingratiated in this Marvel universe. We've watched every show. We've watched every movie. We've been loyal to them in dark times, during shows and movies we didn't like, and we've been loyal to them when we like, oh shit, they got a great thing going on right here. And the fact of the matter is that they knew they were in trouble. So my thing is like, you have to get the casual fan involved. And my thing is that, yes, we do believe Doom is going to keep his mask on, but I'm looking at this kneel down right here. I don't even know. I think I see a fucking mustache. I see handlebars.
Oh, that's the mouthpiece. That's the curve.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm
mouthpiece curves up. So no,
maybe I'm Reed Richardson. But no, nonetheless, I do believe that you do have to do things for the casual fan and do things for the casual person who just wants to go see this movie and have no context of what the fuck has been going on when it comes to the multiverse, when it comes to all of these other things. I think there's going to be more Easter eggs for us than there will be overt things for the fan, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to put in things that's like, oh, you watch the shows? Here you go, right here. Boom. You watch Ant-Man and the Wasp? Boom. You watch this? Boom. But for the random Marvel fan, I think you have to give this Doom story in some way. It's called Doomsday.
So here's what I think is going to happen, because obviously we know we're going to get another trailer before the movie come out, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This trailer was the reaction trailer. This was Thor reacting to the shit that he saw. And then the next trailer we'll probably get Doom's speech, and here's where I think even with what you said with him, like, beating Kang, you got to think, like I said, with Robert Downey Jr., his whole thing, even with when he created Vision and everything like that, and Ultron, his whole thing was to protect the world. He wanted to put a suit of armor around the world, right? So now you got to think with Kang, he wanted to protect the timeline, but he still allowed other multiverses to exist. Where Doom, he wants to rule one timeline. He's like, bro, all this other stuff is confusing. And if they're saying that Robert Downey Jr., he can be the only one, he probably like same thing as like Iron Man. I want to put a suit of armor around the timeline, but there's too many timelines. So let's fuck all this shit up. Let's make one timeline, and then I can rule. As say, like I said, that's what he wants to do. He wants to rule over one timeline. At least that's how it was in the comics too. So I feel like that's going to be the storyline that we're eventually going to get, because with Doom, it's not like a Thanos or a Killmonger where it's like there's two sides to the coin. It's like he wants to just run, he's just that bad. So it's just like I feel like they got to establish that, and I feel like that's how you do it.
So, but my thing is, don't we also have to establish how he got so powerful in the first place?
I don't think you do. That's the thing. I think you tell that in Secret Wars, because you got to think about it. What they're doing right now, again, you cannot get past incursions. And one, you're combining. First of all, it's supposed to be 6 realities that are going to be in Doomsday. So that means 6 timelines are witnessing incursions, which means the core of their universe is imploding, which I think he's going to figure out how to become God Emperor Doom, take pieces of all of these worlds and make Battle World, and also include the Void in one of those. I think that's also one of the realities that are in. What you about to say, Dion?
No, but how he got his powers, because he defeated like the Beyonders, right? Like that's how he became.
But we know that. Does the
you're right.
Yeah.
But like the Beyonders were the reason for the incursions, right? Like or was it the other way around? I can't remember.
Well, they changed it now. Now it's Strange. Strange is the one that caused these incursions, and then
with his multiverse of.
And that's an interesting take, because we ain't seen that nigga. And I guarantee you he's in this movie. Not only do I guarantee you he's in this movie, I guarantee you he's also the sub-villain. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you he's definitely part of this whole regime. Listen, like I said, I'm really.
They said Doom is not doing this alone.
Wasn't he like the right-hand man of Doom? After the universe,
and they already laid the breadcrumbs in Multiverse of Madness when they said, when we realized the greatest threat to the universe isn't Thanos, it's actually Doctor Strange.
You, my nigga.
And look what he did already done with that bullshit Spider-Man movie. You already cracked reality.
Here we go.
He should have been an adult in that situation, man.
He definitely should have been the adult in him. Right.
Yeah, but he's not. And
he also can't get out of his own way in his own head. I don't know,
and that's
man.
but what you just said, that's what's going to lead to them beating Doom. Because at the end of the day, you can't get out of your way. Because Doom is so petty, that's why that's going to happen. Because even one of these scenes, like you saw the scene where Johnny was, it looked like Johnny was hugging Sue.
I think that was the son.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's when he makes Johnny the son. Like because in the comic books in Battle World, he's the one that he makes Johnny the son. So he's the whole thing that heats up everything. He puts Johnny smack dead in the middle of it.
Wait, real quick, another breadcrumb that they let, bro. They actually been, if they do this and they do make Doctor Strange the sub-villain, they actually been laying that breadcrumbs a lot, because even if remember we're dealing with multiverses, even in the what if multiverse, Doctor Strange fucked up that universe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He
just turned himself.
He has to be So, but my main thing, me and Will be going back and forth on it. We have to find out how Doom got his powers. There's no way you can just say, and I say that more so as for the casual fan. There's no, like, most people don't know this nigga like that. They just heard the name. They know the name Dr. Doom. They don't know what he's really, how he really, really, really got to where he is today, how he got his powers, how he, like that. They're missing. Here's my thing. They're missing out on such, if they don't do that, they're missing out on such good storytelling, not putting that in there.
So I got
okay. So can I ask you this though? We saw how that worked because we didn't need that with Spider-Man. We didn't get Spider-Man's story this time. we jump right into Spider-Man and what he does. We saw little crumbs of it, like you said, like showing the video of him catching the bus before he changed into his real costume. Again, I'm not fully leaving out like where you need to have the breadcrumbs of that, but I don't think you have to pigeonhole hold people's hands.
When you say Spider-Man, what do you mean? What do you mean? You talking
Tom
about
Holland? Like we didn't see this
into Civil War, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't see the spider bite him. We didn't see how he first started and got his powers, how he learned to crawl and stuff like that, like we saw in the other two franchises. We just jumped straight into it.
Well, here's the thing. 2 reasons for that. One, it was a Captain America film, not a Spider-Man film, right? To me, this is a Doctor Doom film. Yes, it's called The Avengers. This is the thing is, I keep going back to this main point. Back in Infinity War, somebody said this to me, and I was like, "Oh shit." I was talking about something in my life that was going on, and it was like, Clint, man, we in the era where the villain gets the movie. Talk about the Joker. We talking about even in the Dark Knight series, like the Joker was the standout, even though it was a Batman film, but it is a Joker movie. The point I'm making is that Thanos in Infinity War had the most screen time. You know what I'm saying? And in that. They didn't go into a full Thanos backstory, but you did find out where he's from, why he is the way he is. All of these things they threw that in there. So my point with this is you have to. I'm not saying you got to spend 50 minutes on Dr. Doom figuring out what he did, blah 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 blah. But you're also paying Robert Downey Jr. $350 million. You better. I need all the screen time.
I do got a question then, because I agree with you, but then I also agree with Will's point of, and even if they do it in the comics, right? Because you got to think Robert Downey Jr. is already slated for both this and that, right? So whatever his deal is for this and Secret War, right? And in the comic, like I said, until the end of the run, right before Secret War, that's when the masks come off. Like you don't get Doom's right there to reveal. My thing is this: even from a creative storytelling standpoint, you don't think it'll be impactful if we get Doomsday and it's 2 hours and 50 minutes of Doomsday fucking up all these people that we love, and then in Secret Wars we get that moment where they do the explanation, like they kind of do it in reverse swap. Because you got to think, if they do the exact same beats that they did with Thanos in Infinity War and Endgame, it's the exact same thing. So how do you do something different?
And Thanos didn't get the same amount of screen time he did in Infinity War. He didn't at all. As a matter of fact, in Endgame, again, it was all about the get back. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, I think what I'm getting at is, you got to remember, Marvel is. I'm looking at it from a business perspective. You know what I'm saying? I got to take the creative hat off for a second. I got to take the comic book fan off for a second. You also have to, like, okay, prime example, right? You ever talk to somebody who's smart and you're like, yeah, this guy just gets it. He understands. But you ever talk to stupid people? Like, for real, you ever talk to somebody who you like, okay, you were definitely in the other class growing up, and I have to breadcrumb you and walk you through this. You know what I'm saying? I think Marvel has to do that to some degree, because it's not, like, listen, you don't generate $1 billion movie by just Marvel fans going to the theater, right? Like, everybody's going to go see the Odyssey. Everybody don't know the story of Troy and Odysseus and all that. You have to. I don't know. Maybe
what you just said. Nobody knows about that, and they still went to go see it. People know about
in the Odyssey, because it's word of mouth, and it's more so people are saying how good it is, so other people are going to go see it, and then it's like, so when you see it, it's like, okay, well, let me explain a little bit about what Troy is, or what this is, or what that is. That's all I'm saying. So it's like people go to.
I was going to say, if there's any franchise that's able to take liberties on not being able to do that, though, it would be the MCU. I get exactly what you're saying, but I feel like because Marvel's at a point, especially with the MCU, where they're like, everybody's already saying, like, not only superhero fatigue, but they're saying all the Marvel movies follow the same path every time. You're going to get a blue light beam, and so it's like, for them to shake it up, like I said, I can see Kevin Feige and them taking that liberty, saying, like, all right, we already got Robert Downey Jr. for 2 pictures, so I get it. And on a normal business, it wouldn't make no sense to book Robert Downey Jr. for this big cost of money and not show his face. but they also already revealed that it's Robert Downey Jr. Right, like so, it's like it's not going to be. It's very, very publicly known. So now I have the liberty of let's treat this movie like one big movie, Secret Wars. I mean, Doomsday and Secret Wars, and that we won't Robert Downey Jr. in this movie won't show his mask until the end of the first half of the movie or the big movie, because like I said, they have the money, they have the attention, they have the liberty to to do something a little bit different. Especially if they're trying to already prove, hey, we're not going to these last phases. We're done. We're going to do a whole reset, but we're not trying to fall into the same tropes or bore y'all.
I think you'll still get those breadcrumbs of who Doom is, because the biggest thing is this is what our third iteration of Doom. Yeah. In the last 20 years or so. So it's all right. Well, the first Fantastic Four.
I remember that. Yeah.
And the most recent Fan
Four Stick,
and the unreleased Doom from the mid 90s, right? The unreleased Fantastic Four. But you gotta sort of wipe that clean a little bit, because if I was watching, I was like, oh, that's the guy from Fan Four Stick. Like this ain't the same character. Mm-hmm. This isn't the same powers as anything. So just establishing Doom as the be all end all in this movie, I think we will get more of his. I think we'll get his why, and I think we'll get how he became so powerful, and that might be about it. But honestly, that's all you need. And you've already proven in the trailer.
And I'm fine with that.
You stopped Stormbreaker. You stopped. Wait a minute, the Stormbreaker that sliced Thanos almost in half. You stopped that. That's enough to establish him. But at the same time, I want to see him get his powers from Beyonders, man.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
That's where I'm at. But that's why I say too, just even to Deuce's point, is why you'll see the flip of it. Just like how you said Infinity War was mostly Thanos, we didn't really see him in Endgame. I think you reverse it here, because I think we're focusing too much on the fact that it's a Doomsday and not enough of Avengers. Look at the trailer we just saw. Everything focuses on them. This is a big deal that MCU and Fox are merging together. Mm-hmm. Watching Mystique and Yelena fight one another. Yo, that is 3 hours right there. To where and then again, even from a business standpoint, if I got Robert and I know Doom is Robert, think about it. We already got to establish Doom. The big twist that he looks like Tony Stark. That is a piece in this story of how all of them react, how everything gets changed upside down. That is something that you save, especially when Secret Wars is your next thing. Yeah. And then I think in Secret Wars, we learn it from his side, because now all reality is him. So think about how WandaVision started off. How no one knew what the fuck was going on, and this guy wait, this don't seem right. And then you see Doom as Emperor Doom, as God Emperor Doom in his chair. Now, again, too, you still see how he done got his powers. So again, we all agree, and you got to sprinkle that in. But I think the majority of his story you get will be told in Secret Wars, and then how that starts to crumble. Because again, with Secret Wars and Doomsday, we have to jump through multiple different perspectives. Because we're going to be jumping to Black Panther and Namor. We're going to be jumping to Fantastic Four. We're going to be jumping most likely to the Young Avengers in Secret Wars, because something's not going to be right when this clock hits 0.
Yeah.
So I'll say this too, to Deuce's point. The second trailer is going to tell me everything I need to know.
Yeah, yeah.
The second trailer will tell us everything we need to know. Because if in the second trailer, all we do is see something like this, and we don't see his face, we just see him do, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. That's all I'm saying. So the second trailer is going to tell us everything we need to know about what's finna happen in this film.
I ain't laughing about what you said, Clint, but as soon as you said it was when we see the second trailer, I'm gonna know everything I need to know. Ari looked up she ain't a shit.
Tell her she was interrupting progress, man. You've been interrupting progress, crying on time.
No, it was funny how she looked up no, you're not. All right. You can wait till December. He's I know something you don't know.
What do y'all think we're going to see in the next trailer?
I think it's going to be more Doom focused. I do believe it's going to be, like I said, Doom's perspective, or at least just saying like one of his monologues, like whatever his monologue to kind of like not necessarily say what he's doing, but pretty much say his motivation, like how he wants to rule or some shit like that. I feel like it's going to be that.
So here's the other question too: Who when they showed that video of everybody in the chair, who have we not seen yet?
Oh shit!
So that's the thing I think to keep. No, not to like name them out right now. I'm just saying I think that's the thing to keep in mind. We're moving into the next trailer. Like, who did we not see? We didn't see Nightcrawler, and we know Nightcrawler has a fight scene in there. So we didn't get to see him. There's a few other. We didn't see Beast in this one.
We definitely didn't see Beast.
Yeah, it was whoever was on that poster. There's a lot of them that we didn't see.
There's a lot of them we haven't seen yet. So I think that second one will also show us a lot of that. And then also too, I think it also could not be Doom focused. It could be X-Men focused. So you might have it where Charles is talking this entire time, and he's giving a pep talk like Thor gave to the Avengers. Why would it not be Charles giving it to his X-Men?
Man, how many times we gonna see Charles die, man?
I know, because he's looking out that window. We know what's out that window.
Right.
Those Earths are collapsed. It's over, man. It's over.
I mean, it's happening. Like he's sitting there doing this. Ain't that can't help you, my guy.
It's like those old black and white movies when they're driving and they go off the road and just go like this. That's how he is at the window, man.
Let's keep in mind, we don't know where that's at.
That is true.
Hear me out. We don't know where the X-Mansion is at. What if it's where the same place He Who Remains is, and he's witnessing it from a safe place, but watching all of it get destroyed? Because we keep forgetting that the TVA is also involved. And when you break down what the TVA can do, another reason why Kang has to be in this.
Yeah, they can move on. They can move the whole school.
Yeah. And then there's that whole thing about the scene where you see Ben and all of them together. This is supposedly in the void.
So you think that's the void? So
I don't know.
Because like I said, they're clearly keeping the water back, and I was like, I don't know if it's Namor or Sue that's doing it, because
or Wakanda technology. It could also be that.
But it's weird because it's like that doesn't look like sea floor. Like I feel like
that doesn't look like sea floor. But where he was at Talakon, that did look like sea floor, and it did look like the water evaporated or whatever the fuck.
Right, yeah. And but like I said, that's clearly a wall of water behind them. So I'm like, I don't know where they're at. Like this is a weirdly looking scene.
It could also be fake though. That could also not be there.
It could be.
That's the biggest thing to me.
And Falcon.
I got a hot take about who's not there and that and what it doesn't make sense. Because in that last scene, I don't think that was actually Cap. That I think that was Loki.
I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing. Because now Loki's finally worthy. This man has been burdened with glorious purpose. He's worthy of it now. That would be dope to see.
I feel like that his reaction wasn't to Cap. Like, why would he be like he thinks Loki is dead. He's thought Loki's been dead this whole time. So when he said this can't be, and then like his reaction seems more like to Loki.
The only thing is that he extends out his hammer for him to take it. I don't know if he'd do that that might be after it. When he says like, how could it be? That might be after he gets it, and then Loki.
But think about how he reached out forward, where he was questioning it, like where it's like, is it gonna do it or is it not gonna do it? That's how Cap looked, and it's like, if this is regular Cap, this didn't happen too long ago, so it's gonna come to you.
Cap
knows. So it's been two rumors that go around. Let me not say that, because I'm gonna say this as a first, because Deuce, I haven't heard that one with Loki, but the one that has been floating around is that's not our Cap, that's Captain Hydra.
I still haven't. I've asked everybody who said that. I'm like, what presidents are y'all using to lead up?
Well,
to
here's
that?
the thing. This is Captain America in a different universe. We don't even know what universe. We don't know what universe he's
that's
in.
The thing right there.
We don't know what universe he's in. This is a different timeline. This is a branch timeline. And again, there's two things that need to happen that's getting ready to come up. We got to see the next trailer, and we got to see what happens in Endgame that they just added.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm definitely going back to watch that.
I do believe it's a mixture of the two though. So either this is Loki, and then you have the Loki Thor reunion, because this has to be where they meet the Fantastic Four before they all walk off the ship into wherever they're going to, whether that be Avengers Tower or whatever. That was there, and they did not show who was walking behind Thor when they were coming in.
Yeah.
Which again could be Loki in this scenario, or what it could also be is Loki and them have already had their reunion and they had to go get Cap, and that's why you see him when he's holding his card and he flips it. I think he's in Cap's house.
Yeah,
and
because he is that he's definitely at Cap's house.
Definitely at Cap's house.
Oh, really? I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, because it was, if you watch the first trailer they had where he's on his bike and he's riding and he's home, it's the same kind of color tones.
Yeah,
as in there.
You're right.
But I can see that as he's caused an incursion based off of what he did by staying with Peggy.
Right,
and because he has to come with them to fix it.
I don't want to blame Steve for that.
The reason why I've been leaning,
Come on, man,
on the Loki is because I'm like, you got to remember, Loki was sitting at the chair, holding at the tree branch, holding the timelines together. Mm-hmm. So he's obviously like he got off the chair. One, I need to know what happened that got him off the chair. Obviously, it was Doom, but it was like, nigga, did Doom pack you out and then now you had to like flee, or like did you see? Because obviously,
or it could be a variant.
It could be a variant.
Do you think Captain America is in the Fantastic Four universe? That's where I think he is. I think that's where I think he is.
Well, because there's rumors to say the one when he went back with Peggy, he stopped World War II, which led into the Fantastic Four 60s.
Oh, okay.
So, because again,
if there's no World War II technology, there's world peace, which we see in the Future Foundation, and technology changes. Technology is advanced. Technology, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because remember, there's a Spider-Man there and there are X-Men there, because they hinted at that. So they're in that universe. So I could see how that would happen based off of them I would say not fully stopping it. I would say like they stopped it at some point, but at least to the part where you at least still get Magneto. To where that at least went down. But I do still believe that this is not our Cap. And remember, like when he went back, you split the timeline. Mm-hmm. So now that one, and the only reason why it was safe at first, because you had Loki there. But now if Loki, the god of stories, is dead, well, we're back to what Kang said.
Yep, and we can also tell that this is not our Cap, because if the one that they showed us in that mini trailer, was the Cap with our Cap beard, like shorter, like it's like, bro, wait, did you just grow all that shit like for real quick, like so it's like
so we're thinking like every Captain America is worthy, if that's the case. Like in every universe, he's worthy.
He can't be.
He's got to be.
But here's the thing, because the Hydra version of him was worthy. Because in the comic book, he gets Thor's hammer.
But didn't they change the description a little bit? Like it was the enchantment got changed or something, like it got manipulated or something like that.
It was made outright. It was like, whoso holds this hammer, if they be worthy, will possess the power of Thor. That we kept changing that to if you're a good person, you get it. It never said that. It said whoever holds this hammer, if worthy, will possess the power of Thor. And if you're pure of heart, that where your side is right, why couldn't he pick that up? Because remember, Hydra believed what they doing was right. They believed what they was like, yo, freedom is a false perception that needs to be taken away. They believed that they were helping the better good by defeating their enemies. So you were, and again, America in some ways think the same thing. So you have Captain America that stands for that. You have Captain Hydra that stands for that. So it would make sense that he could pick that hammer up.
But I don't think Hail Hydra is the worst panel in Marvel comic book.
Oh my god.
But I don't think you put that. I don't think you, and I don't think you put that back in here. I don't think you press that. That's why the Loki thing seems way more valuable. Because again, too, we in space. Why is Cap in space the first time Thor sees him?
Right. Oh, yeah, right. You know,
that don't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that Loki stuff make perfect sense though. He just hold it and then he turned back into himself and he just look at it. That's why he say it's not possible.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why we're saying. That's what we're doing. I said it on Wednesday, dude. Nah.
That's the
He's finally worthy, man. He's finally. After 39 movies, he's finally worthy.
After 39 movies is crazy.
This
is 39.
No, because if you think about it too, how much they've told his story of redemption from where he was to what he is now, and Loki has had a pretty consistent through line of the MCU. Like we've always had some kind of focus on him because he could have easily like been done at Avengers.
Yeah,
and they didn't, and they's like, we're gonna keep going. Like he's involved in this heavy, so it's like I can see that redemption arc coming. But we're gonna jump into some other segments with this. I know Clint does have to hop off, man. Hey,
yeah, y'all saw the reason why.
Yeah,
y'all see the reason why.
Being a mogul and a dad is never easy, man. But even coming to take time out to come and be with us, man, we appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Yes, sir. So we will catch you next time. So we're gonna jump into new